So welcome, welcome, welcome to Spring Equinox, Quantum Alchemy, surrounded and supported by the Equinox Angels. Equinox Angels have been popping in to sessions all week long. Divine Mothers are here, Mother Earth. There's a sacred reverence in our gathering here today. Like almost like I want to whisper. And the reverence is for gathering, for your intentions, for you just showing up. And so we're going to invoke Mother, Father, God, all that is, Equinox Angels, Source, Angel Jophael, who I work with exclusively, the Angel of Illumination, illuminating beauty. May this returning light on this spring equinox awaken your spirit, gently warm your heart. As we arise, as the earth arises, as all the people arise from its winter rest, may we feel this renewed energy, this renewed light bubbling up and around and for us. So in these turbulent times, may hope really stretch toward the sunlight. Light up your heart. Just like those, first green shoots in the ground. May that be the small step that we as a humanity bring forward. Confidence and peace. As we welcome this renewal, a season with gratitude and trust, and that inner knowing and new beginnings. Let's take this sacred awe and wonder and crystallize it into the physical form by chanting the sound of Om 3 times. Take 3 breaths in, and on the out breath, elongate the sound of Om. How do you do that? You can do it out loud if you have the space and the time, or you can do it quietly to yourself, or you can just let the vibration move in, around, and through you. Ready? First breath in. Second breath in. And the third breath in. Beautiful. There's a tonal quality to this group that has the strength of a bell, the beauty of a bell, like the one I rang, but richer, like the deepest copper, deepest mineral. Source wants to also deepen this grounding by doing a couple of breath exercises. So this one is called the left-right nostril breath. Never done it before. I'll describe it very simply. And we're going to do 3 rounds. And what you do is you put your thumb on your right nostril, or on your right hand, your thumb on your right nostril, and you breathe in with your left nostril for the count of 4. Breathe out for the count of 4. And then you hold your nose together for the count of 4. And then you open up your right nostril. Breathe in, breathe out. And we're going to do that 3 times. You ready? Again, right hand, left nostril on your, right thigh, Right thumb on your right nostril and breathe in through your left nostril. Ready? Breathe in. Now exhale with your left nostril. Count of 4, hold both nostrils together. Now open up your right nostril. Breathe in to a count of 4. Exhale out through your right nostril. Pinch both nostrils together. And now you do the same with your left nostril. Breathing in. Breathing out. Closing both. Now, same with your right nostril. Breathing in. Breathing out. Closing both. Now your left nostril. Breathing in. Breathing out. Closing both. And one last breath into your right nostril. And exhaling. Beautiful. So that balances out your left and right brains. Balances out your left and right, your feminine and masculine. Brings a lot of quiet to your system. We're going to do one more breath. I'm just going to take a big deep breath in, and on the exhale, I want you to just go whoosh. And as you breathe in, imagine breathing in the gratitude, the spring air, the hope, the brilliance of new beginnings. And we're going to do that 3 times. Ready? First breath in. Hold it for a count of 4. And as you breathe out, remember, whoosh, and letting go of everything that no longer serves you. Ready? It's breath 1. Let's do it one more time. Breathing in. Gratitude, love, spring air, hope, renewal, new beginnings. Hold it for the count of 4. And exhale out everything that doesn't serve you. One more breath in. Hope, love, joy, gratitude. Hold that chi, that prana in your lungs. Let it circulate. And one more time. Exhale out. Big whoosh. Letting go. All the weight, all the stress, all the worry. Beautiful. Normally don't do much breath work, but I just, again, practice active listening. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to open up grounding cords for some of you. Our grounding cords are, oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Maybe we needed to do the breath work before we set our intentions. Okay, so now we're going to open up space for that intention setting that I told you about. And I'm going to give you a solid 30 seconds, 45 seconds to speak your intentions aloud. That's right. We needed to breathe. We needed to ground. We needed to create a sense of awe. We needed to let go of that worry. So take a moment now. State your intention in this sacred space. What is it you desire? What is it you want? And know that it will be answered. Beautiful. Equinox angels, Divine Mother, Source, all that is has heard your prayer. And a lot of sacredness around what you're asking for, such sincere intentions. I bow my head again and thank you to all those who are here, experiencing, receiving, asking. Thank you. And it be answered, and so it is. And I'm going to add one last wish. This and something better. Whatever you ask for. Little wand of something better. Thank you. Okay, back down to that grounding cord. Why? Because your grounding cord typically is calibrated to the time you came on the planet, which again, light changes energies and frequencies to the moment. Like right now with the aurora energy around us, the frequencies are changing as we speak. And so what this does, it's going to raise the frequency of your grounding cord, and it's going to update it to a CHORD, more harmonious, really able to handle more influx of frequencies. There we go, beautiful. Some of you, this is exactly what you showed up here for. So you're grounding to the earth. So what we learned in a lot of the hierarchical traditions is that happiness equals perfection. Happiness equals success. Happiness equals some form of qualification, accreditation, certification. Happiness equals bliss and joy. In the process of transformation, happiness is freedom, meaning you're living in your authentic self. And as human beings who have incarnated on this karmic planet, this karmic planet is full of experiences that have brought consequences. Karma, law of cause and effect. Just look back on our history of war, of violence, of genocide, of abuse, of the actual erasure of women, of the domination of women, the sexual abuse of women, taking away our sacred sexual rights, especially in the spring, Ostera, fertility. The act of sex was a sacred creation. We create life. There is nothing more powerful, and that has been degraded, objectified. So that is the karma we carry. So the ascension, the grounding, is going through the body, through the earth, and it can be a quite uncomfortable process because you're going through that layers. And our spiritual traditions say, no, you must be full of love and light, and that's darkness. Avoid the darkness. That's evil. It's bad. That's your enemy. That's attacking. That's all those fantasy names for it. And the darkness in feminine terms is a void. It's the womb. It is the gestation where seeds grow in the winter and sprout new life. The darkness is 0 point energy. It's pure possibility. So as we ground, let's use our new grounding cords all the way to the center of the earth. Boom, we just took an express elevator. There's Earth. Hello, Gaia. Hello, Animus Mundi. Hello, Flower of Life. Hello, Sophia. Hello, all the names. The elemental earth. An alive intelligence of her own. Dimensional presence. So we're just going to create a new relationship here. Those of you who are asking for more stability, for more regulation, for more authenticity. Your body is a Gaian body. The ascension process, it's not transcendent, it's not an ascension process, it's an ascendance grounded in all of nature. In one with the earth, one with all life, one with the universe, one with the planets, one with all. But here on earth, we're disconnected from all of that, not just the expansion of our universal self, of our ascension, of our involution. There we go. So we're just deepening, and it's going all the way from your guts, from your third chakra. Second, there we go. Creating, well, your grounding cord just kind of got upgraded and updated from your belly button all the way down through the womb of all creation into the heart of Gaia, the womb of Earth's creation. There we go. So this is a centered, grounded, anchoring. Remember when I was talking in the beginning about how grounding and uncertainty is what we are learning to do, and how it's more about staying centered on that surfboard, or if you're a skateboarder or if you're a skier, centered within yourself. That's what this feels like. It created a fulcrum, a balance from your belly button all the way down the center of the earth, so you can feel anchored and grounded, rooted like a tree. The deeper the roots, the stronger the tree. So these roots are stretching all the way to the center of the earth and growing all the way to the center of your belly button, entwining themselves in your energetic spine, in your system, to your cells. Cells awakening to the act of being grounded. What does that mean? It's an energetic. And just taking a moment to integrate that. Beautiful. Now that movement right there is enough. Why? Because we are entering a period of great uncertainty, where everything around us that we think we know is life. The institutions, the organizational processes, the culture is breaking down. And so it's creating a lot of what we perceive to be instability, but energetic stability is really who we are. That is the remembering. And that is why women's intelligence had to be erased, because we were uncontrollable. We marched to a beat of an energetic drummer, a vibrational beingness, not only connected to the earth, connected to the universe. So we're going to do a little bit of clearing. Your third chakra, second chakra. This is the grief. Oh, okay. I didn't know we were going to go here today, but we are. All right, this is a really important movement, because what's happening that I just described landed. And this is the grief of life as we know it. We grew up schools with access to power, music the way we want to hear it, everything a touch of the button on a cell phone now. What if life wasn't that way anymore? What if we had to lose some of our inconveniences simply because they were formed on top of unstable ground? This dominant society is not balanced. Matriarchal society or maternal society or society based on wholeness, on oneness, is balanced. It's reciprocity. It's communal care. And so what needs to fall apart is everything that's not that. So what does that look like? I don't know. But first and foremost, we have to let go of the idea of it. This isn't apocalyptic talk. This is just reality. Because what you don't realize, what we've blocked out in our entertainment, in our distracted world, in our go, 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 do society, where a lot of us are apathetic and complacent to really what's going on. We've lost 70%. Animal, plants, birds, insects, up to 70% across the board. We're not hearing that unless you look. Our access to information cut off. So that is unsustainable. And the world hasn't forgotten that she's connected to everyone and everything. She hasn't forgotten the extinction of our animals. She hasn't forgotten the minerals taken out of her, the water that's polluted, the air that's filled with chemicals. She's reacting. Extreme weather. There's volcanic lines that are still active. So we have to remember, if we're connected to her and she's connected to us, and what's going on is completely unbalanced, there's going to be some sort of activity to rebalance. That's what nature does. Nature rebalances itself. It's already started. So we're going to go into the grief of holding on to life as you know it. It's right there in your third chakra. And it's not just the grief, it's the attachment. People don't like change. They like things just the way they are. That's why they're so apathetic to some of the egregious, horrific cruelty that is happening. They're like, well, it hasn't really hit me yet. And then when it does, whoa, that's unfair. Well, if you've been paying attention, it's been unfair for a very long time. The marginalized, the racism, the attacks on specific cultures and people. It's already been happening. So we need to let go of that life that elevates violence in any capacity. And you want to know what? It's not going to go quietly. So we have to let go of the structures that have been built on a ground of instability, pain, oppression, repression, violence, grief, trauma of all kinds. To allow the deep, 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 deep clearing, freedom means plowing the land, turning over the soil. And we are the plows. We are also the land. We are also the soil being turned over. Or the stars twinkling above it, or the water makes the soil supple, or the seeds that are growing up in it. We are the plants that are seeking push out of the soil. We are the sunlight that creates the nutritious photosynthesis for the plants to grow big and strong. We're all of it. The soil right now is toxic, it's dysfunctional, it's unsustainable. So the illumination here is, what are you clinging to in this life? What are you ready to let go of? Because it is intertwined, it is interlaced, it is locked into like barbed wire with the life we know we are supposed to live. So we're just breaking down some of the bits and bobs of that grief, of that control, of that expectation that life should be ... When you sign up for transformational work, it is not a comfortable path, because we learn to see the bigger picture. We learn to see through our own illusions. We especially learn to see what we are clinging to, what we are attached to. I'm really surprised in this public session we are going here, but then again, I'm not. Spring, new beginnings. To me, this is the start of a new year. This is the energy of the tides. We happen to have a beautiful moon energy with us. Oh yeah, thank you. I forgot to acknowledge her, La Luna. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And these tides are pulling us to awaken, but these tides are also showing us that they're stuck in the muck, in the murkiness. And in order for us to grow new seeds, we have to turn over the soil, we have to be the plows, we have to break the rocks. We have to create fertile land again. They're using this metaphor to show you that there's work to be done. What are you? Are you going to be the plow? Are you going to be the seeds? Are you going to be the water? Are you going to be the sunlight? You're going to break up the rocks. You're going to scout for new lands. All of it is needed. Are you going to write about it? Advocate for it? All of it is needed. Because no one is going to be left out. It's going to affect and change everyone. And if you are clinging to something, you're going to suffer. Because that life supported trauma. That life was built on trauma. Competition, trauma. Competition says, I'm better than you and I'm going to beat you down for it. There's a semblance of violence in that. It's just one aspect. Colonialism, capitalism, classism. None of the isms work, except for animism, the relationship to all of life. But here's the thing, back when that was the way that was normal, there wasn't even a name for animism. It was like breathing in. It was the water we swam in, it was the air we breathed. They didn't even call it animism. just was. Air spoke to you, the planets talked to you, the fish were your brothers, animals, sisters, trees, plants, humanity, everything was in relational to everything else. That is normal. So everything that's been laid on top of it needs to change, and it is changing. The question is, can you let it go? The question is, will you let it go? Okay, great. Yes, yes, but do you know that that's going to require effort? Plants don't grow on their own. Well, they do. But in this world, they cannot grow on the soil that we've created. So that soil needs to be broken down. So Source right now is breaking down some parts of your third chakra, that control that's clinging to the state of dysfunction. So I'm going to put something called structures. These structures are dimensional mapping. When you recognize you are connected to everyone and everything, it's a request. An intention needs to specifically follow a map. And so these structures are that map. They're a request to say, we're asking for your clinging to life as it is to be broken down, and that's in your third chakra. And these structures map it out. There's a whole bunch of different structures. My favorite are called GPS, and they're just little structures that do that. They map everything out. There's also a set called evolutionary structures that will continue to work to evolve the intention. Beautiful. So what you're going to notice from this is that you're going to be more pliable, more malleable, more flexible to what's changing in the world. Maybe you're going to notice you're less reactive to I don't even want to say the things that they're saying, but you know, when maybe banks break down or when water usage is threatened, they're asking you to look for simpler ways to live. Again, not in an apocryphal way, but in a way where we can start living the truth of who we are in communion. And it isn't going to look like what we have today. So the third chakra needs to be open to change, needs to be adaptable, needs to have that clarity that one of our beautiful participants was talking about. The clarity on the other side of this trauma patterns, that sees, that knows, receives, and transmits. There we go. So we're going to do one last karmic clearing on the third chakra. There we go. All right, now we're going to go into some quantum time jumping. I call it universal timelines. And this brings in a blueprint of you that's already done what I just said. Because it's complex. Breaking down your third chakra and clinging to life as you know it is really a big thing to ask, because there's all these different elements that are associated and related to that. And it takes time. And it's something that you need to do. And so what this does is it brings in a blueprint of you that's already done that. Mastered every single aspect of it, transformed it all, and gained all its wisdom, because you gain wisdom by going through transformation. So what's coming in is the alternate version of you. It's already mastered, letting go of life as we know it on this world, of clinging to old ways that no longer serve you. It's going to open up an overlay, a new blueprint. There we go. And this new blueprint, I'm going to let you describe it. Call it an evolutionary blueprint, because what does it do? It's helping you evolve as you follow the map, as the map leads you, as may softly direct you behind the scenes. You may tune into it in meditation. It may be an active part of your life, and everything in between. This blueprint is, I can still feel some of your third chakras are still really freaking out. There are some triggered words in there. That's okay. This new blueprint is living in the space of freedom. So the unified field of life, or the unified field within life, is like a flowing river. It's connected to everyone and everything, and you are a focal point within that field. And so when we access the field, it can be said that we are flowing with it. And so this new blueprint is more in flow with life. So there's freedom, more discernment, yes, more clarity, but it's really about flowing with what life presents. So there's an aspect of acceptance, of allowing. It's the opposite of clinging. It's the opposite of resistance to change. There's an openness here. And ultimately, there's a trust. Because you cling to change because you say, this is how I expect life to be. There is a trust in the greater knowing that what is happening on the world is in everyone's best interest. Because 70% of animal life shouldn't have to die before we change. Water shouldn't have to be polluted. All the minerals in the planet, mind, air filled with chemicals, trees burned, the bodies filled with forever chemicals, shouldn't have to get this toxic. Or we realize something needs to change. So the new blueprint is freedom. I would give it one word, but there are many aspects to that freedom, like offshoots. It's a tree trunk of freedom, and there's a lot of different branches, and you could be standing on one branch, you could be the trunk, you could be the entire tree. You could still be the seed in the ground that's growing this tree. Remember, the seed carries the entire tree within it. So we're going to take this newfound freedom, this flowing river of change, this acceptance, this allowing, this discernment, this clarity, this trust in the greater knowing, and bring it into integration, integrating all space, all time, all realities, all dimensions, all realms, all fields, interdimensionally, physically, catching up everything that needs to catch up, specifically the brain, the energy system of the nervous system, the energetic spine, vagus nerve, your chakras, integrating your energy bodies, organs, your pathways, trillions of cells, catching up, integrating. Ah, thank you. The light of freedom. So as we enter a period of more light, this is the light of freedom. So it's going to feel like a collapse of control, and it is. But what's on the other side is the light of freedom. Integrating your genetics, integrating your life field, your whole entire intelligence system. Integrating your assemblage points, your luminous egg, your entire energetic system, all of consciousness. Using the coherence of freedom, this light of freedom. I don't know what you all asked for in your intentions, but this is what came through. I knew it was going to be some form of light. You brought more light into your grounding cord. We brought more light into the places that were holding this grief, this resistance to change. We brought in a new light of freedom that sees through the eyes of a higher view, of a worldview that is universal, that is interconnected, that is infinite, that is eternal, that is very present in the physical form, very alive in the earth around you. That light of freedom is waking up. Again, whether you are the seed, whether you are plowing the field, whether you are turning over the soil, whether you're breaking up the rocks, whether you're the sunlight pouring down, whether you are the rain watering the plants, whether you have the struggle of pushing up your shoots through this soil to reach that sunlight and rain, whether you are the nutrients soaking into the seed, you are needed. You are important. The light leading you is called freedom. Absent of the control, absent of the resistance to change, absent of the karmic patterns that mimic trauma, absent of the tension, of the constriction, of the density. Light of freedom is, of course, light, enlightened. You're surrounded by the Equinox angels, Jophael, beautiful angel of illumination of beauty, giving you a gift, little tiny sparks of freedom. Little seeds that are going into this darker places. There's still, again, I feel for a lot of you, there's still a lot of control, a lot of tension, a lot of constriction. This may be something you want to listen to again and again and again, giving time in between for integration. And it's going to chip away at that feeling of control that you have in your third chakra that's attached to life as we know it. Because if you want to live in freedom, you can't say to the world, oh, can you just give me this slice of pie? It's all connected. It's like trying to pull up a cattail in a swamp. That cattail is interwound with everything underneath it, all the decay, all the muck. You can't just say, here's what I want, God. Everything needs to change. So transformative change right now in a world that's transforming means life as we know it needs to change. Are you comfortable with that? I'm going to repeat that. Life as we know it needs to change. Get comfortable with that. And be a part of that change in any tiny aspect. Writing, creating, speaking, advocating, praying, dancing, singing. All of it is needed. So these seeds are going into those places, sparks, little droplets of water from the angel Raphael to help you continue to break down the grief and control in your third chakra. And it's not going to happen right away. But first, we must be ready ourselves to let it go. And if we can't let it go with this knowledge of transformation, no one else is going to. We are the lighthouses. These lights are getting bigger and brighter and wider. And the roots are growing deeper and stronger, more empowered. Beautiful. So much gratitude coming your way again from the angel Raphael. Equinox angels, the archangels, the Gaia, of course, the master healers, Christ consciousness, the Marys, the goddesses, the source, great cosmic mother, thanking you. Finding that gratitude within yourself. Is the light. It's going to lead the way. And so I just want to tell you just how loved you are. Just how deserving you are of that love. That control that you feel in your third chakra, maybe that control says, if I let go of what I'm clinging to, will I be loved? Because we often gain love and pleasure and desire from the things that we cling to. But if you know, core of who you are loved, and you are love, and you are deserving of that love, and you are deserving of sharing that love. In whatever capacity your gifts, your purpose, your mission, your magic takes you, there's no need to cling to anything. Trust builds, faith builds, and your inner knowing leads you. You're tapping in. You're not allowing the guts brain of survival fear trigger your trauma, your worry, your fear. You're saying, I trust. And the greater knowing that is birthing within me is birthing within us all and encouraging each other to break free of the prisons, break free of these old beliefs, break free of this fear-based division, and come together. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Infinite grace coming in. It is the unified field. Infinite grace is something that is unique to what I offer, but it really is there for everyone. It's just like a bridge to the grace that you are, the infinite you are. It is the unified field that is birthing within you. Infinite grace says you are loved eternally, infinitely. And ending with a Sanskrit mantra that is a prayer. And its literal translation means, may we be led from untruth to truth, from darkness to light, from death to immortality. May there be freedom and peace on the earth. And may we be conduits. Om Asatoma Sakamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Nircharma Tramgamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shri Guryo Namaha. Hari Om. May this love that's blossoming within you continue to seed, to shine, to grow, and to realize it's eternal light that can never go out. Taking a deep breath, bring you up and out of the space of grace. Again, bowing my head in gratitude and love, thanking the Equinox angels, thanking you for this time, thanking you for your intentions, which are exactly what was answered. May not be in the way you expect, may not be exactly what you asked for, but the root of what you asked for is expressed in what we did here today. So much gratitude for your time. And again, gratitude for all the support that we had here today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is done. It is complete. So it is. Till next time, know that you are loved.